Hello and welcome to this tutorial where we will explore how to use the MAXIFS function in Excel. The MAXIFS function in Excel is designed to calculate the maximum value in a range of cells given one or more conditions. This function is especially handy when you need to identify the highest number in a dataset while filtering based on specific criteria. For example, you could use MAXIFS to find the highest sales figure for a particular region, the maximum test score achieved by students in a specific class, or the highest temperature recorded on a weekend. The function allows for multiple criteria across different ranges, thus providing a targeted approach to finding the maximum value that meets all the specified conditions. It's an essential tool for data analysis when sorting through complex data sets to understand the upper limits of particular subset of data. So let's just jump into the sheet. As we can see, the MAXIFS function belongs to the statistical group and will return the maximum value among cells specified by a given set of conditions or criteria. The syntax starts by MAXIFS, followed by open parentheses, then the max range, followed by criteria range 1, and by the criteria. Then you can add multiple criteria ranges and criteria, and then you have to close the parentheses again, of course. To explain the syntax a bit more, the max range is the range of cells from which to determine the maximum. Criteria range 1, criteria 1, etc. are the ranges and criteria that define which cells are considered. So if we have a look at a real example, if we want to get the maximum sales of Apple, we can just use the MAXIFS function, and I've done this already here for you. So if you double click this cell, you can see which ranges are affected by this calculation. In this case, the MAXIFS function, of course. And the first range, the blue one, that is the max range, as you can see down there, and as you can see right up here. So actually this field is the same than the syntax, just for you to have it in your view all the time. And the max range is the range that we want to get the maximum value from. The criteria range is where we want to check the specific condition and criteria. So the max range is our sales. Then the criteria range 1 is our customers, because we want to check if the customer is Apple, then give us the max sales. And we do this by typing an Apple into phrases, because then Apple gets checked in the criteria range 1, and if this condition is fulfilled, then it will give us the maximum of sales. We can hit enter and we see we come to $900. And if we have a look into the data, we see that Apple has a sales of 300 right here and 900 right here. So the maximum sales of Apple is 900. So our calculation seems to work. We can do the same for Amazon together. So we are starting by an equal sign, followed by MAXIFS, open parentheses. Then we want to have the max range, so the range where we get the maximum value from. We do this for sales again, followed by a semicolon, and then we go to the criteria range 1. We want to get just Amazon as a customer, so we also have to type in Amazon into phrases. And we close the parentheses again. We hit enter and we see we are coming to 800. We can check it, of course. Amazon right here has sales of 100, right here of 200, 500 and 800. So the maximum sales of Amazon is 800, seems to be correct. We can, of course, also add another criteria range and another criteria. So another condition that needs to be fulfilled before Excel will give us the maximum value. For example, we can look into the quantity. And let's say we just want to have orders with 2 products in it, and then therefore Excel should give us the maximum value. So we do this by adding another criteria range, in this case quantity, because this will give us the amount of products inside of an order, followed by a 2, because we just want to have a look into orders where the quantity equals 2. We hit enter. And we are coming to $500. And we can see by the first condition that we are giving, we're just looking at Amazon customers, which is those. And by the second condition, which is the last one, the purple one and the 2, we say, okay, yeah, let's make the amount smaller again, and let's just have a look at where the customer is Amazon and the quantity is 2. So in this data, there's only 2 rows affected by these conditions, which is this one, Amazon and quantity 2, and this one, row ID 5, where Amazon has ordered a quantity of 2. And of those 2, the maximum sales is 500, because if you compare 500 to 100, 500 is of course bigger than 100. So instead of checking if the quantity equals 2, we can of course also check if the quantity is less than 4, for example, but we have to use phrases right here. Okay, we hit enter and we come out to 500. We can check it. So Amazon, okay, this row won't be, we won't have a look into this max value because the condition quantity is not given here. The quantity is 6, but we just defined that we want to look into orders where the quantity is less than 4, so 1, 2, or 3. And yeah, the maximum sales value that that has all those conditions fulfilled is actually in row ID 5, where Amazon has a sales of $500 with a quantity of 2, which is less than 4. We can of course also do it for Google. We start again by an equal sign, followed by MAXIFS, open parenthesis, we give the max range, followed by a semicolon, then the criteria range, semicolon, and we just want to have Google. We close the parenthesis, we hit enter, and we come to 700. Okay, now we have here a number as a format. We can of course change it to accounting. Now it's in euros, but we can of course also go to more accounting formats. And instead of having the euro sign, you can basically choose whatever you want to have. We just can go with, I don't know, some dollar sign, and we hit OK. And we come to $700. Hope you like this video and it will help you. If it helps you, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow and see you in the next video.